Hello, everybody. It is Friday, October 4th, 2019. It is 2:35 p.m. here in Arizona. This is not financial advice. This is for entertainment purposes only. Listen at your own peril. With that said, let's look at Bitcoin. All right, so let's look at money flow. The last 24 hours, Tether into Bitcoin, 1.48 billion. Tether into Ethereum, 781 million. Bitcoin into Ethereum, 588 million. Bitcoin into Litecoin, 218 million. That's from CoinLib.io. Let's go over to Masari.io for market cap. Now 146 billion. And then real volume last 24 hours, 275 million. Little low. S&P 500. Today and yesterday we are on the up. Green candles. Russell 2000 index on the daily. Looks like today and yesterday we are on the up. Green candles. Looking at the S&P. Here we go. Looking at Bitcoin versus the S&P 500 and the Russell 2000 index, we can see that maybe the S&P 500 is above the 200 moving average. The Russell 2000 is not. It's below. And the Bitcoin, of course, it is still below. It is still struggling with that daily 200 moving average. Bitcoin dominance, 69% today. Altcoin market cap on the total two on TradingView, 64 billion. Bitcoin longs versus shorts. Well, there are more longs than shorts. Some people like to see the percent difference and longs versus shorts, 169% if you look at it that way. I don't think that quite accurately reflects, but anyway, more longs than shorts. Bitcoin on the weekly. Well, we are below the 21 weekly EMA. That is the dotted purple line there. We're still below that. So far this week we do have a green candle. It is Friday. We're above the 200 moving average. If we look at the MACD, we are definitely still hardcore trending down on the MACD. Not seeing the histogram getting narrower. It continues to get wider, so weekly is definitely a bearish sign. On the daily, we're still struggling to get above that 200 moving average. And we are also below the 21 weekly EMA. I figured that just by doing an EMA of 147 here on the daily. So if we look at the MACD though, histogram is getting smaller and we might get a positive MACD cross possibly next week. Just a thought. We are definitely low on the MACD, so I think a cross does give definite room for an uptrend. If we look at the Lazy Bears indicator here, linked to in the show notes, the Oscillator, very popular indicator, slightly enhanced MACD as I see it. We are below the green dotted line here, which is oversold, and the indicator is above the signal, the dotted red line. So, boom, maybe we shall see Bitcoin getting above this 200 moving average, making a move soon. We shall see. It's hanging out at 8,172. That is Bitcoin versus USD on Coinbase. 4-hour chart. Well, I look at this daily just to see that yes, we are still below the 200 moving average in the 4-hour, and it just I like to look at this because we do see more volume, buy-sell volume above, around 10,000 than we do where we're hanging out now at around 8,000. So, greater volume, buy-sell volume was above, and the support and the chart does show support and resistance up there around 10,000. So, we could, you never know, in a couple hours be back up there. There was a lot of buy-sell volume up there, more than we're seeing where we're at. 2-hour. We are below the 200 moving average. The MACD is positive though, and the SR indicator is positive. On the hourly, we're struggling with the 200 moving average, but we are above it at the moment. MACD is positive, SR indicator is positive. Big news. Oh, well, before we go to big news, if I was to summarize what we saw there in Bitcoin, weekly bearish, uh, daily bullish, and the shorter time frame indicators, I'm not seeing them quite playing a relevant role at the moment. So I would just say on the daily, we are bullish. If you're waiting for an uptrend, then we shall see. Big news. So, Blockchain Education, I belong there. Been a member for over 2 years, and there's a new video out. Is crypto dead? Why most people are worrying about the industry. I'm sorry, not worrying. Why most people are wrong about the industry, and some are worrying. This is Jonathan Regan talking about kind of a state of the industry, and it's very informative. It's worthwhile checking that out. It's linked in the show notes. Also, here is a great talk. This is by Crypto Lark on his channel. This is linked in the show notes. And this is your brain on Bitcoin. And this is just some, he put this together. This is 3 popular YouTube personalities. I find them to be very, very knowledgeable individuals. And this, if you want to just hang out for 42 minutes and listen to some extremely knowledgeable people talk about Bitcoin, your brain on Bitcoin, this is worthwhile. I consider these guys to be extremely knowledgeable. So worthwhile if you just feel like hanging out with some dudes, listen to them talk about Bitcoin. This is something I saw noted over on Crypto Zombies YouTube channel. It's over at usefultulips.org, and this shows local Bitcoin buy-sell volume around the world. Interesting. Eastern Europe, they're buying it up. Latin America, boom. This is just worthwhile. Something to bookmark and watch. There's a lot of data here. I would definitely check this sucker out, and you can see where over the years you can see which countries have had more and less volume. This is really a fun thing to look at. Make of it what you will. It does definitely show that Eastern Europe, man, they are ahead of the game when it comes to on local Bitcoin buying. And also, look at sub-Saharan Africa. They're like making some waves. So Latin America, boom, not surprising. So anyway, check this out. Good one to bookmark. You can look at different time frames, and I find it, well, fun to look at. You can also see how different countries are reacting to, tariff wars and things like that. Interesting stuff. I belong to Blockchain Education. I've been a member for 2 years plus. And there are signals there, of course, so you can make money following the signals. I do, some almost all the time. And it is a great place to learn the trade. You can just sit back, watch some videos, and you can learn the trading methodology. And there's a 24-hour chat room. I'm Cowboy Craig in there, and you will find that it is a great place to compare charts. And if you learn the methodology that is used there, you'll be throwing out your own charts and chatting with experts before too long at all. I definitely endorse it. Link in the description. Check it out. If it sounds like I'm not tremendously animated today, well, Bitcoin is darn boring, and we're going into the weekend where we're probably going to have, a lack in volume. But truly, whether we go down in volume or we, go down in volume, of course, which we're going to on the weekend, but whether Bitcoin trends up or trends down, you can make money. And right here, Bitcoin Education, Blockchain Education, sorry, can't speak today. Blockchain Education is a great place to learn how to make money regardless of whether the market is trending up or trending down, whether it's alt season or not alt season, whether Bitcoin is pumping or Bitcoin is dumping. You can make money every day. Here's how to learn how, and work with people who definitely are making money every day. So come join the fun. And like I say, if I'm not too excited today, well, ain't much to say about Bitcoin. Weekly, dismal, daily, starting to get some bullish action going there. What I'm doing right now is I personally do not have a open or a long or a short in Bitcoin. I'm just working alts because Bitcoin is fairly sideways right now, and that's allowing some alts to really pump. And where am I getting that info? Well, Blockchain Education. So come over, check it out. Come make some money. As always, like, share, and subscribe. It really helps. And get this message out there. And take care. We'll do it again tomorrow.